Hi everyone, this is Prashant Parthiban. Today I'm going to talk about invoicing life cycle in P&C insurance. Let's start this session with two different types of billing we have in P&C insurance. One is called responsive billing, the other one is called non-responsive billing. So when you say responsive billing, it's typical scenario where an insurance company sends an invoice to the customer. When I say customer, insured, and then they give some time for them, like 20 days or 15 days, for the customer to call the insurance company and make the payment. So that is called responsive. The name itself is going to say you are waiting for the response to receive the payment. The second type of billing is non-responsive, which is otherwise called as direct debit. This scenario, customer is going to give their bank details and they want the insurance company to directly go to their bank and pull the money instead of waiting for the customer to make the payment. That is the reason why they are called as non-responsive, otherwise called as direct debit. Responsive is called as non-direct debit. So I hope this is clear. Now let's come to the invoicing life cycle. How the flow happens when it comes to invoicing. If you take this example, we have invoice number 1. It has something like bill date, which is January 1st, 2023, and it has due date as January 20th, 2023, which means this is the date on which the invoice will be billed to the customer. This is the day the invoice will be generated and then it will be sent to the customer. When you say due date, this is the date on which the customer have to make a payment. On or before this date, customer have to make a payment on. That is the reason why we have it as due date. Let's see the life cycle. Say I have a policy which I issued 1 month prior to the effective date, and then say you issue it on December 1st, 2022. On December 28th, 2022, this invoice will be in planned status. When I say planned, this invoice is yet to be billed because the bill date falls on January 1st, 2023 and current date is December 28th, 2022. Now, on January 1st, 2023, we have a batch, invoice batch, which runs and it looks for any invoices which has planned status. In this case, this invoice will be in planned status. Because of the date, the bill date falls on January 1st, 2023, this invoice will be changing the status from planned to billed. So if you go on January 2nd, 2023, you will see the invoice status of this invoice as billed. So how it is going to happen? This batch process, which is going to run on daily basis, will convert the status from planned to billed. Now the invoice is billed, customer got the invoicing documents, they have some time to make the payment. So that is what we call it as lead time. The time between the bill date and the due date is the lead time before which the customer has to make the payment. Then we have another batch called invoice due batch, which is also going to run every day, and the work of this batch is it is going to trace all the invoices which has a status of billed. On whenever the date comes to that invoice date, due date, in this case if you see this invoice, the bill date is January 1st, 2023 and the due date is January 20th, 2023. So as of this date, when this batch runs, this is going to convert the status from billed to due. So if you see, then 1 day after the due date, this invoice changes to due date, and the expectation is by this date the customer should have made a payment. If the customer have not yet made a payment by this date, the invoice becomes past due and then you start the delinquency, etc., etc. So this is a typical flow where the invoice starts with planned status and then gradually it moves to billed status on the bill date, and then due date plus 1 day, this becomes due status. If the customer haven't made the payment on the day, it becomes past due. I hope you like my training videos. If you like my training videos, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.